What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Best Ball 5, Best Ball Mania 5 draft. We are doing two of these. We got the 101 over here, and CMC, nothing's changing about that. The injury doesn't really. The injury doesn't really concern me, and I'm down to take CMC right now. If he stays healthy, he should just be one of the best picks in fantasy, locked up pretty much with how the 49ers use him. Need some people to fill over there, but that's all right. 7 picks away. Nothing crazy has happened so far. Everything pretty standard. Cup is going earlier. 17. Nico. For sure. I haven't seen a big Nico fall in a while. I'd love one to happen. I'd love for one to happen. Jalen Waddle, Saquon Barkley. We would have loved Waddle. It's so unfortunate. The 102 over here, we were running hot. But a little bit of a tougher lobby this time. A player that we very much respect, John Boy Beats, in here. Definitely one of the sharpest players on the site, my opinion. So it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good second one. It goes Neighbors, Olave, IU. That's pretty sharp. So we have a couple different routes here. We could go Evans, we can go Smith, we can go Metcalf. I think I'm always going Devonta Smith. And then it's hard. Like A-Chain's good, but then we just lock ourselves into taking wide receivers for like the next 4 rounds. It's Devon A-Chain. Whatever. I don't care. It's Devon A-Chain, man. It's Devon A-Chain. CD's my number 2 for sure. We are 6 picks away over here. Nothing too crazy's happened. We saw Brees go with the 3, which is definitely not normal, but it's nothing egregious, I'd say. That's not happening much these days. You getting neighbors around ADP? I should honestly probably just have ADP on. Yeah, I think I go Devonta Smith. I could go DK Metcalf. Could go Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams. I like Devonta Smith the most. So that's what we're doing. And obviously he has the week 17 correlation with CeeDee Lamb. That's a very nice thing to have with 2 of our first 3 picks. An elite game stack in week 17. It's not the main thing that we're going to be focusing on, though. I'll use that as a potential tiebreaker here and there if I really like 2 different players. Like, I'm definitely just going to be taking the one that's correlated every time in a playoff-like format. Well, not every time, but most of the time. Like, you definitely have to mix in. Like, if they truly are, like, one-to-one value, football is a game where, like, you have to be mixing in your hedge because of injury. Just, that's how that works. I mean, like not going double receiver is really dangerous, but also Like clicking Jalen Hurts here is pretty insane. So I think, like, I think it's just Hurts, McLaurin. You could argue it's Hurts worthy. You could argue it's McLaurin worthy. So we're going McLaurin for sure. The question is, do we go worthy? Like, do we go worthy or Hurts? Because do we legit might get buried at receiver if we don't go worthy? Like I can't not. I have to go worthy. Like I can't. You can't get buried. I like it, not. It sucks. It. We have to drink our medicine here because we went Devon A Chain. If we went a receiver instead of Devon A Chain, we can go Hurts here. We're opening up that possibility, but I unfortunately have to pass. It's just not in the cards at the moment. I think there's better things that we could be doing for our team. As crazy as that is, passing up stacked fucking Jalen Hurts at the 4-5 turn. It hurts. It hurts. So let's go to the other draft. Over here, we will not be passing up Hurts if we get the opportunity, but we'll see if we get the opportunity right now. It's still on the table. The AJ Brown owner did not go Hurts, so we gotta be locked in. So many tight ends. Going bully tight end on the 3-4 turn, and then Kincaid right after. Yes, Hurts. That's fine. Getting the stack is not the end all be all, as you can see with our last draft. Say Flowers. I am an Amari Cooper fan. Well, we are no longer Amari Cooper fans. I think I'm a Terry McLaurin fan. I could also be. I could go Worthy here and then try and take Mahomes. That's actually kind of cute. I kind of fuck with that. Going Worthy and then backstack Mahomes. Worthy right here, Mahomes. Because no way this dude takes Mahomes now with Worthy off the board, right? Like, if we're giving him credit, like, because you have no relevant stacking partners now besides, unless you really want to convince yourself that taking a skinny stack with Hollywood right here is like the way to play it. It's just not it though. Like he's not doing that. So getting like this backdoor correlation with Worthy and Mahomes is feels nice. Mahomes does not be fallen. And he's someone that I want to increase my exposure to in this tournament for sure. Like I definitely don't have enough Mahomes. I should. His upside with these young guys, man, it's pretty good. Having Kelsey with what he is, and then Rice and Worthy, like I don't know. Like, is this gonna be the best Mahomes that we see potentially? Getting Pitts would be insane. He just now I gotta choose. Now I gotta choose because I want two of these. I want two of these. The easy thing is just going Deontay Keon. because that abides by ADP and does not interfere with any bye weeks. But um okay, so Keon's ceiling is simply too high for me not to go him here. Like I think I have to go Keon. Uh fuck. We're going JMO. We're going JMO. We're mixing it up. We're going JMO and we're mixing it up, man. So first off, like JMO has week 17 correlation with Christian McCaffrey. And in terms of talent, like Deontay Johnson on the Panthers offense and JMO on the Lions offense, like I think this is the take I've probably come most around on this summer is like, okay, Jalen will like Jamison Williams is kind of the real deal. And the drumbeat has been insane. Like they've not been scared to be vocal about Jamison Williams is our guy. Like he is a dog. He has it like the difference that he looks is night and day. And I agree. Like from what I've seen of Jamison Williams, the little that I've seen, he does not look like the player that he was last year. And he looks like he just looks like a totally upgraded version of himself. And I'm very, very bullish on the Lions. The Lions are going to be a top 5 offense minimum. Like that is their floor. Like that offense is so bulletproof at every single position. Like it would take a catastrophic amount of injuries for the Lions seriously not to get there. And on top of that, their defense is going to be getting them the ball a lot too, which is why again you can project them to be scoring a lot too. So okay, I like Monty the most here. Pretty sure. Like I go Monty and then Najee to mix it up. It's like the double hedge. I've been doing this. Like, does this guy ever really go Najee? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But I talked about it with one of my friends. Like, I was bouncing the idea recently that we should just be slamming Najee and David Montgomery, like at the moment. And this isn't week one brain. I swear to God, this isn't week one brain. Like, this is just we're close to the season start, and like there's question marks. It's literally simple variable change to me. It's not week one brain, and it's not like I'm not seeing the big picture. Like I am seeing the big picture. And the big picture is the biggest precursor for injury is former injury. And when you're dealing with injury heading into the season, that's a very close timeline. And there are just players that you could be drafting that have potentially the same relative talent and replaceable points. And we're choosing to do other things. Um Okay, so no QB here. Jane Daniels went off the board. It's unfortunate. Um, we'll just auto zoom here. Or Jalen Warren. Okay. Oops. Like Jalen Warren's fine too. We have literally double correlation with Jalen Warren. It is two buys. That's okay. I think it's in Joku. I think this is in Joku. Yeah. Do I ultimately want Zamir over Jalen Warren? Debatable. On this team, I mean, the correlation, I have week 17 and week 15 with Jalen Warren. Like, Jalen Warren plays against the Chiefs, Jalen Warren plays against the Eagles. So the correlation is there. And by no means is it a bad pick. Is it the pick I wanted to make? No. But again, it's not. So yeah, we're really hoping to get Jared Goff on this team. If we don't get Jared Goff on this team, things are gonna be sus. All right, we're on the clock, and we could just go Jake Ferguson and then just take Dak Prescott on 3. Like, keep it simple. And then we don't have to take a onesie position for a long time. Like, we just take running backs and wide receivers the rest of the draft, essentially. Because we can go a 2-2 build. Because with Jake Ferguson, we don't need to take a third tight end. And with these two quarterbacks, we obviously don't need to take a third quarterback. So, yeah, we're chilling. Praying. Brock actually wouldn't be bad either. Actually, wait, I didn't even realize. I didn't consider the boys. Both of them have good receiving upside. Seems to be better than A-Chain, obviously, but yeah, top dog is Jared Goff. I think I'm double clicking QB here. I think it makes the most sense for his team. Rashad Bateman at 114 is crazy. He goes to a. This DRA is 2 quarterbacks, so very unlikely. Yeah. All right, we get both. Goff and Purdy. Right. This is who we want. Could go Blake Corum instead. It's not a bad thought. It's really not a bad thought. Tyler Lockett as well, but it's probably just Purdy. Take Purdy with CMC, lock it in. Jared with JMO, Purdy with CMC. Don't need to take any more quarterbacks. We could take Jacob Cowing as a flyer. Kind of like that. Like our round 18 flyer being Jacob Cowing seems pretty good. Because he shouldn't go like anywhere before here. He should be getting undrafted still. I wonder what his ADP is. Yep, he's not. 0.8 is you don't want to have 0.8. Things are playing out pretty crazy over here. A lot of names falling, yeah. Like John Boy got Jonathan Brooks at 116. That's incredible for him. Yeah, we're on the clock. It's probably Singletary. Well, we have neighbors. Okay, I kind of like Corum then. Like a double Giants bet? I don't know. Like, yeah, this is why I need to fix my rankings because, like, I don't know. Like, the bets on these players have changed. I think I'm going to go 80 Mitchell. I think that makes the most sense. Like, Judy's also a good click. I don't know. I think I'm just going to go 80 Mitchell. He should be the second target on that team with Josh Downs being on a fucking scooter. Unfortunately, my like fourth or fifth most drafted player throughout the summer. Very unfortunate. We all were big sad when Downs went down, I'm sure. Did not feel great. Could Downs still be a good value? Yeah, he could. At his new price, but at his old price where we were getting them, man, those shares are thin. Those are some thin shares, man. All right. I mean, we're doing our thing. We're trying. We're trying out here. We're trying to piece this together. It's not. It's patchwork for sure. Like, yeah, fuck it. I'll keep counting. It's not gonna happen to us. It won't happen to us. We'll be smart. We'll be smart. Surely it won't happen to us. Like I'd be totally down for Eckler at this price. We couldn't update your queue. Ridiculous. I mean, even Benson too at this price. Like, I've been fading Benson the entire summer because I knew his price was too high. I thought it would come down eventually. because the coach speak was just simply too strong on James Conner, and like the coach speak and what they were telling us was like not reflected in the price. Like Trey Benson was sitting at around like pick 100 the entire summer just because um, I feel like a lot of sharp people were kind of in on Trey Benson, and yeah, it just ended up like not being, you know, going Jalen Wright and A-Chain. I do like. I think that's a unique edge. It's like last year having A-Chain and Mostert. Taking two of them, I think, is just a good play. If he does that, we'll see. There's also Ray Davis, Braylon Allen as options. Okay, let's consider the options. So should definitely be going Jalen Wright. Talked about it, got the unique edge. But then as the other one, Ray Davis or Braylon Allen, man. That's where you got me stumped. That's where you got me stumped, man. Not gonna lie. We also could go to Mario Douglas. That's actually probably the GTO thing here, is going to Mario Douglas. Yeah. Yeah, let's actually do that. Now over here, let's go Jalen Wright. Um, hmm. Demario Douglas is kind of who I want. I think he's just potentially the best receiver on the Patriots. No disrespect, Jalen Polk, but Demario Douglas, Pop Douglas, is him. Put some respect on the name. Are we gonna go Tolbert? Probably not. With Lamb, Ferguson, so I like taking a receiver now because a normal receiver that would be taken in that range via Jalen Tolbert, I don't really want to be taking a third. That like kind of now I'm just like really buying into what that offense is. It's like it's a little too much, a little too rich. For this format at least, I think. Like if you can advance that, sure. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I maybe I'm just overthinking that. But I don't know. All three pieces on the same team getting there though, like attached to Dak. Like Dak he has to have a really good year. The ADP is low on Tolbert, so relative to him returning cost, it could happen easily. But there's also a bunch of other players you could be taking in that range. And when you're already betting on CD and Ferguson, like you're betting, like your percentile outcome is on Dak is now just getting like more and more slim. Like you still want to leave like room for Dak to be able to like miss a little bit, and which I guess we're making up with that. Yeah, and see that, and I think that's also a thing is like maybe if we were like planning on going Danny Dimes as our second quarterback, we could take Jalen Tolbert because then we can then make the bet Dak is going to have a very good year and is going to be the lead quarterback on this team. But now, when we have Mahomes on our team as our like as our QB1, assumingly, like we have the fallback. And going double elite QB, is not something the data supports for incredible advance rate, but what the data does support is when it does advance in the playoff weeks 15, 16, and in 17, its single week upside is very, very high. Like the single week ceiling of double elite QB is much better than if you advance like Geno Smith, Daniel Jones, Bo Nix. Like you obviously would much rather have Dak and Patrick Mahomes correlated with their top pieces. You'd obviously much rather have that. And obviously on any given week, you know, anyone can get there, but like studying the performances of when the teams do get there to week 17, the percentile of double elite QB teams that are able to get over the edge is alarming. It's like it's a lot more. It's a lot more than you would think. So we're going Isaiah Likely 100%. And then for our second player, I'm honestly not sure. It could be Antonio Gibson. It could be Marshawn Lloyd. Or it could be Greg Dortch. Let's make it Greg Dortch. Oh my god, we get Braylon? What? How? How did Braylon Allen fall to us? In a John Boy room? Who did John Boy take? He took Bucky instead? Interesting. Okay. Because he has Baker? I see. Well, John Boy, I know what I'm doing here, my brother. You are not getting Jalen McMillan. You definitely want Jalen McMillan, and that's not happening. I want Jalen McMillan. And you're not getting that correlated stack. I'm blowing that shit up for you. Out of respect. This is purely out of respect, man. This is purely out of respect. Like, you still have the K dot an option, though. You know what I mean? It's correlated, too. Something I think a little more of a taboo topic in the draft space is like when it comes to blocking, like everyone just tends to be a salty little bitch about it, and it's like, man, like there's strategy when it comes to blocking combinations. Like if I see that what I perceive to be the best player in my lobby, and I see like very clearly what he's going for with Baker Mayfield, Bucky Irving, and then no Chris Godwin or Mike Evans. Like I know that he wants Jalen McMillan. And if Baker Mayfield gets there this year, and John Boy is a potential person that is advancing in this room 2 out of 12, the advance rates are 2 out of 12. That's the thing you have to keep in mind. So in the scenario where Baker Mayfield gets there, and I'm also competing for a top leaderboard spot, Jalen McMillan could also be helping me like get an edge on like blocking those points. Because if Baker throws for 2 touchdowns and Jalen McMillan gets either one or even two of those touchdowns, that is a very big edge in my portfolio that he would have had that I now have. So looking at things from like a macro perspective. Is that shitty? No. No, that is literally strategy. Like you in rooms like the marathon or drafters where I mean even there's even strategy over there too. There's less of it, but in rooms where you need to advance, where you need to stop people from like advancing into a next round, where you need to advance over them, where it's dog versus dog, like man, like who cares? Like understand the game and like what you're playing. Like there's too much crying going on. There's too much crying going on. Like you got sniped, whatever. Everyone gets sniped. Literally everyone. Everyone gets sniped and is it targeted sometimes? Yes. Like absolutely. There's sometimes clear as day that it was on purpose, like to just like mess with your team, mess with your combos. And is that correct in some worlds? Yes and no. Like it's relative. It's a relative thing. But the thing is they're spending money to participate in the draft. They can play it how they think they should play it. Like, is it shitty for you that you don't get to live in your little perfect world? Sure. But like the overarching theme is that people be a little too salty. So chill. Tank Bigsby, welcome to the squad. Over here. Go Shipley. And then like I don't need to go another. I should probably just go or Vidal. Thoughts on Vidal boys? I mean I am I'm an estimate slappy. I don't know. I'm kind of getting I'm a little squeamish on estimate, but I'm a big believer in the talent. So I'm down to be in. For our receiver room, I think this is good. I like 7 here. And then as for tight end, it'll be like Gesicki, one of these, one of these people. I assume Juwan Johnson will not make it back to us, but Vidal and Estime both at the moment seem like the RB3, but I think Vidal's room to the RB2 or RB1 role is easier than Estime's at the moment from what I can see. Like I do believe that Estime is a better pure runner than Javonte Williams at the moment. And yeah, I just believe that from what I see. But what do we go here? Do we go? Probably go Gasicki. I think Gasicki is just pretty safe. Him and Greg Dolchich. It's hard. They're both really good. We'll go Gasicki though. So we got Mahomes, Dak. Then we went Monty, Najee, Corum, Jalen Wright, Braylon Allen, Tank Bigsby, Audric Estime, CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors, Devonta Smith, Xavier Worthy, A.D. Mitchell, Demario Douglas, and then Jalen McMillan for our receivers. Got 5 receivers playing every week. Then we got Jake Ferguson and Mike Gesicki round out our tight end room. Cheap Jay Ferguson, relatively cheap Gesicki. Yeah, I like that team. You could probably argue somewhere in here, like maybe the Jalen Wright pick should have been a receiver. We can go back and look at the board. Um, yeah, you could. I mean, I'm not taking Josh Downs when I just took A.D. Mitchell the round before without a Rich. I don't think that makes sense. I mean, like I guess you could argue. I mean, Michael Wilson is really who I would want, and he did go right before me because I'm not interested in Leggett, and then I don't like Pearsall. Not taking Thielen there. Like I'm not taking Tolbert there. We already talked about that. Rashad Bateman, maybe. You know, it's not a bad idea. Maybe Yoshabash. Honestly, maybe Yoshabash is just going too low. Uh, yeah, I think it's just Jacob Cowan. Just go Jacob Cowan for the boys. It's Jacob Cowan, our third tight end. Let's go Jacob Cowan. Let's get in some correlation. I believe in Jacob Cowan. I do. I think he's a good player. I think he's a great player. Only got 16 of these things left, man. 16. So this is the team. It's a 2-6-8-2. We got Jared Goff, Brock Purdy. Then at RB, we went CMC, Devon Achan, Jalen Warren, Jalen Wright, Will Shipley, and then Kamani Vidal. Then the wide receiver, we have Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, Xavier Worthy, Keon Coleman, J-Mo DeMario. Yeah. Thank you all for watching.